be fed, but men can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the trot to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. From the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea, our ancestors, are you and me, we are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, united we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Some never know themselves until them back against the wall. Jamaica, Haiti, Nyankopong a call, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, praises to the great ones, praises of our nation. Yeah. Oh yes, I say, united we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Some will never know themselves until they're back against the wall. Nigeria and Nigeria, the Asians wanna call. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. Aya. Hoya. Living demons calling, Nyankopong, calling, the global warrior calling, ancient warrior calling, Asia is calling, ancestral powers calling, China is calling, na, yeah.
You got to find a way to unite. Grand rising.
Grand rising.
Grand rising.
We're here on another mission. Before I enter, I just want to say peace and blessings to each and everyone that is here. And I hope the ancestors are energizing us as much as they can. We are in a very serious time where, we need to have excess amount of energy bars up. Now, I've been like in and out of sessions. Sister Lorna, she was supposed to be here with us tonight, but she has a situation because she has a family member that she has to attend to. As you know, the Gideon continues. She sent something to me, but I cannot access it via the Telegram that I have. I have a Telegram here on my desktop, but it is not I can't sign into it. I don't know why. It's a private thing that she sent over to us, which it was breaking down UCC for us even more, and she send it via Telegram because WhatsApp is not allowing us to get it via the WhatsApp machine. So I was trying to get it via my Telegram, but it's telling me that okay, I might be getting it. I don't know. But grand rising to everybody good. Everybody live and well.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man.
I haven't been following up on the world majors, but I know that um Professor Strength also in Canada. I don't know what them say when it rains, it pours. So I was like just left short for words when I don't get Professor Strength. But hopefully he will come on board shortly. All right, is there anything in the classroom that we need to touch upon? Any concern that you share that you want to highlight at this time? No? Or yes? Okay.
Tell you the truth, I've done the paperwork. The exam paper is what things not
Run that by
coming to
me again.
the
You
exam
said,
paper. I was sitting on it today to write on it on the computer. So things like just going over my head. But I know I'm going through a little bit that's
okay.
right now, so sometimes I remember it, and by the time I remember it and to put it down it's like slip my mind. But I'm going through the questions still, slowly but surely.
Oh,
It will come back to me.
okay. Okay. I think Lorna, she was very much telling us about the UCC as what we were studying yesterday. And what we really need to catch on, I would really love to see if we can do some more insight into the UCC and see how best we could get some more understanding of it, because it's very, very serious. Away from that, I am going to try to stress on our document, because as I said, this is something that is very, very much upon us when it comes on to our traveling. I hear a lot of people, when anything happened to us, people put themselves into the situation and then start to think. And I cannot stop you from developing maybe a concern, as what we will call it, but we have to learn to control. Not everything that happened to one individual may happen to the other, but we are all human and we are all a part of this matrix that is taking place right now. So what we can do is learn from each other and learn how best to be more prepared. But I won't go around and tell you that, hey, this won't happen to you or that won't happen to you. I say this because this most of what is transpiring is we are learning how to actually take care of our estate, but when it comes on to putting into practice of taking care of estate, I think a lot of us are falling a bit short of it. Even with you see, we do the mathematic, we do the classes and all of this, we still have people who have not written up there after they still haven't written their notification. Yesterday I spent a lot of time trying to um chat with brothers and sisters who wanted to get their affidavits looked about. I know that you're working and I know that you have all kind of different obligations, but I'm just saying that we have to pay some more attention to our estate. we have to pay some more attention, because when it comes down to shove, when we inside the predicament, I must tell you that each time I go on the road, I am aware that I am operating outside of their jurisdiction. So therefore, I tend to be very, very aware of it, but it does not stop me from going out there. But I am aware that I am inside of a jurisdiction that they don't have any authority over. So if they should come into my boundary, I will have to be prepared. All right. Well, I will continue with this tape, because I think this is what Sister Lana was preaching on, and we have been, I don't know if it's what, but I've been just down on this UCC. As you hear, I've been sleeping and walking it. I've been trying to learn these things by heart, so when push come to shove, I will know how to apply it. All right. Any question? Everybody up on the said page on me up on, right?
Yeah, man.
Yes, we have to study them thing, yeah, family. We'll have to. All right, let me
And
continue
you
with.
have to quick read through it earlier today.
You take a breeze through today. Yeah, man.
Yeah, me get some time. Get some time at work, so me just get a quick breeze through the thing there.
Well, what I love about it is we are breeze throughing. We are doing it individually, but when we come to class now, all the questions that you listen by yourself and you hear where play it back, just put a pin on it. Yo, me not understand right here, so me not know what it means right here. So therefore, we can dissect it out better. All right. Okay. So we
See.
continue. Yeah, we continue with it, please. This is left from yesterday.
I believe the benefit being used is that we have been given the privilege of discharging debt with limited liability instead of paying debt with substance. When we pay a debt, we offer substance for substance, equal value for equal value. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 16. If I buy a quart of milk with a silver dollar, that dollar pays for the milk, which produces for the dollar substance for stance, pound for pound, but if I use a Federal Reserve to buy the milk, I have not paid for it. There is no substance in the Federal Reserve note. It is a worthless paper given in exchange for something of substantive value. Congress offers us this remedy in the form of a benefit. Debt money, fake money authorized by the federal United States, can be spent all over the continental United States. It is declared legal tender for all debts, public and private, and the limited liability is that you cannot be sued for not paying your debts when you discharge the charge using this colorable money. So they have said, we're going to help you out. You can discharge your debts instead of paying your debts. When we use this colorable money to discharge our debts, we cannot use common law courts. We can only use colorable law courts. We are under the jurisdiction of the UCC. We are using non-redeemable negotiable instruments, and we are discharging debt rather than paying debts. Section 19. Remedy and recourse. Every system of civilized law must have two characteristics, remedy and recourse. The remedy is a way to get out from under the law. If you have been damaged under the law, you can recover your loss. The common law, the law of merchants, and even the UCC all have remedy and recourse, but for a long time, we have yet to find it. If you go to a law library and ask to see the UCC, they will show you a shelf of books filled with the UCC. When you pick up one volume and start to read it, it will have been intentionally written to be confusing. It took us a long time to discover where the remedy and recourse are found in the UCC. They are located right in the first volume, at UCC 1 to 207 and 1 to 103. The UCC Connection, page 17, section 20. Remedy. The making of a valid reservation of rights preserves whatever rights the person possessed at that time and prevents the loss of such rights by application of the concepts of waiver or estoppel. It is important to remember when we go into a court that we are in a commercial international jurisdiction. If we go into court and say, I demand my constitutional rights, the judge will most likely say, you mentioned the Constitution again, and I'll find you in contempt of court. We need to understand how he can do that. Hasn't he sworn to uphold the Constitution? The rule here is this. You cannot be charged under one jurisdiction and defend under another. For example, if the French government came to you and asked
No audio.
No sound.
We lost audio.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we're not hearing nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I hear me now. You were hearing the tape playing. He said that you cannot charge someone outside of their jurisdiction. When you're in the courthouse, what kind of jurisdiction do they have?
Maritime admiral jurisdiction am I using at the courthouse, but everything is colorable.
So when they charge you, which jurisdiction they charge you on? Is it maritime or land law?
9 times out of 10 are maritime, but them not gonna tell you that.
No, within the courthouse it's maritime. Outside of the courthouse is not maritime.
That's what I said. It's maritime, but they're not gonna tell you that.
I want to play it back because hold on.
It's for stance, pound for pound, but if I use a Federal Reserve to buy the milk, I have not paid for it. There is no substance in the Federal Reserve note. It is a worthless paper given in exchange for something of substantive value. Congress offers us this remedy in the form of a benefit. Debt money, fake money authorized by the federal United States, can be spent all over the continental United States. It is declared legal tender for all debts, public and private, and the limited liability is that you cannot be sued for not paying your debts when you discharge the charge using this colorable money. So they have said, we're going to help you out. You can discharge your debts instead of paying your debts. When we use this colorable money to discharge our debts, we cannot use common law courts. We can only use colorable law courts. We are under the jurisdiction of the UCC. We are using non-redeemable negotiable instruments, and we are discharging debt rather than paying debts. Section 19. Remedy and recourse. Every system of civilized law must have two characteristics, remedy and recourse. The remedy is a way to get out from under the law. If you have been damaged under the law, you can recover your loss. The common law, the law of merchants, and even the UCC all have remedy and recourse, but for a long time, we have yet to find it. If you go to a law library and ask to see the UCC, they will show you a shelf of books filled with the UCC. When you pick up one volume and start to read it, it will have been intentionally written to be confusing. It took us a long time to discover where the remedy and recourse are found in the UCC. They are located right in the first volume, at UCC 1 to 207 and 1 to 103. The UCC Connection, page 17, section 20. Remedy. The making of a valid reservation of rights preserves whatever rights the person possessed at that time and prevents the loss of such rights by application of the concepts of waiver or estoppel. It is important to remember when we go into a court that we are in a commercial international jurisdiction. If we go into court and say, I demand...
Everybody hear what I'm saying a while ago. That's what I was coming to. The jurisdiction. When inside the courthouse, you're in a commercial
international
jurisdiction. Meaning that
it's a commercial international.
So this is a conflict of interest if the international laws apply within the courthouse. That means that the courthouse itself, whose international jurisdiction are they working off of?
Maritime, but if you have an international jurisdiction, that means there's an international contract somewhere around.
You notice that when your passport is international, right? And when you present your driver's license, they take it as an international driver's license. So there's an international contract out there, I just said, but you see how you don't have to ask who signed that, who signed that contract. That contract is signed through your birth paper.
Exactly.
Right? So within you in the courthouse now, the jurisdiction where, like, for instance, you're a Jamaican and over in America, you are going into the courthouse. You know, so them not no jurisdiction over you. but they are doing it through maritime, so they can say that Jamaica is part of the maritime nations. So therefore, we have rights over anything that come from Jamaica, because Jamaica is a signer to these international agreements, which you were not privy to. So when you are addressing a situation where, for instance, with a driver's license, a driver's permit, or for instance, with operating business, you are a national outside of them jurisdiction. They don't have any jurisdiction on you. Is there an international judge association? The bar is not an international association. It is the British
British.
Accreditation Registrar. So,
Even the American one, ABA, America British Association.
this is why the UCC that we're studying is very serious, because guess what? We, on the other hand, right now, what we are actually doing, we're actually seeing the pros and the cons as to how the corporation operate. It does not operate under law. It operates under legality. And legality is not law. Okay? Let's continue.
Well, when you go through that book here, the more you go through it, you realize that them mix up common law and the maritime together and call it
Yes.
something else.
Legal. They're calling it legal, not lawful. It's legal.
No, man,
That's why.
them have a different name for it in the book. I'm just not going to say it right now.
Okay. So that is why when you are that's lawyers are very vast and knowledgeable within the legal fields, but in the lawful fields, lawyers are dead in the water, because lawyers do not operate under law. They operate under legality, not lawfulness. Let's get back to it. Grand rising to my brothers and sisters on YouTube.
And my constitutional rights. The judge will most likely say, you mentioned the Constitution again, and I'll find you in contempt of court. We need to understand how he can do that. Hasn't he sworn to uphold the Constitution? The rule here is this. You cannot be charged under one jurisdiction and defend under another. For example, if the French government came to you and asked where you filed your French income tax for a specific year, would you go to the French government and say, I demand my constitutional rights? No. The proper answer is, the law doesn't apply to me. I'm not a Frenchman. You must reserve rights under the jurisdiction in which you were charged, not under some other jurisdiction. So, in a UCC court, you must claim your reservation of rights under the UCC 1 to 207. Section 21. UCC 1 to 308 goes on to say, when a waivable right or claim is involved, the failure to make a reservation thereof causes a loss of the right and bars its assertion at a later date. You have to make your claim known early. Further, it says, the sufficiency of the reservation, any expression indicating an intention to reserve rights, is sufficient, such as without prejudice. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 18. Whenever you sign any legal paper that deals with the Federal Reserve notes in any way under your signature, write, with prejudice or without prejudice UCC 1 to 308. This reserves your rights. You can see, at 1 to 308.4, that you have sufficiently secured your rights. It is crucial to understand just what this means. For example, one man who used this regarding a traffic ticket was asked by the judge just what he meant by writing, without prejudice, in his statement to the court. He had not tried to understand the concepts involved. He only wanted to use it to get out of paying for the ticket. He did not know what it meant. When the judge asked him what he meant by signing that way, he said he was not prejudiced against anyone. The judge knew that the man had no idea what it meant, so he lost the case. You must know what it means. Section 22, without prejudice UCC 1 to 308. When you use without prejudice or without prejudice UCC 1 to 308 in connection with your signature, you are saying, I reserve my right not to be compelled to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. I do not accept the liability of any compelled benefit or any unrevealed contract or commercial agreement. What is the compelled performance of an unrevealed commercial agreement? When you use Federal Reserve notes instead of silver dollars, is it voluntary? No. There is no lawful money, so you must use Federal Reserve notes. You have to accept the benefit. The government has given you the benefit of discharging your debts. How nice they are. But if you have not reserved your rights under 1 to 308, you are compelled to accept the benefit.
Wow. Anybody get that gem a while ago with these paper notes that you're handling every day?
Yep.
You know that you're putting yourself at risk.
Yep.
You what the man say? The judge same just signed it. All right reserve and the /301, but did not know. But the mere fact that you're exchanging and doing business with this color money, you fall under their jurisdiction, right? Yes, you're under their jurisdiction.
Right. But the judge was stating to him because him put without prejudice.
Yes.
And the judge wanted to know if he know exactly what that meant.
Yeah.
And he couldn't explain properly to the judge. So that's why he got checked up in another one there.
Yes.
But with
Because
him,
basically without prejudice, UCC 1-308 is basically tell them you never is basically you didn't sign up with no type of contract, you didn't know about no type of contract, and you're not a part of no type of contract. That's basically what it's saying in a nutshell. Names and terms.
you don't have any contract with no hidden parties out there.
Exactly.
Right? But he's saying again that the fact that you're spending some of those, you're discharging your debt via those notes to put you under them, because you know money have rules too. You know that money have rules too. You know, money have certain things that you have to abide under. And with the paper note, as he said, you are not actually paying your debt. So who's paying your debt for you? If these are promissory notes and you're carrying them to the bank and the bank carry it to the treasury, that's how your estate is being chopped up, for a better word. Carry on.
The chief family.
Huh?
Yeah, but the money is future. They are future.
One at a time, please. Yeah, one at a time.
They go into a trust and take our money out.
The money's future.
Angela, go ahead, Angela.
They go into a trust and take our money out and make me feel so we use the paper, the colorful money for pay with debt.
Yes.
I will not discharge no debt with that.
And remember that you're a minor, so that's why
them are gonna say,
go ahead.
Them are gonna tell you say basically in the future you can use one thing and buy a thing, but with this you use something a debt forget something, and there's nothing coming from that.
Yeah.
And remember that they have you as a minor too. So all of that now show that they have to take care of your debt for you. Somebody's accessing your trust, and when they access your trust, they are taking care of,
because they flip us as the trustee, not the beneficiary. And that's why them can access the trust.
I kind of win.
Anything else? No.
I was in the bank today and the man refused to use my ID, you know.
Refuse, because he can't access your estate with that ID.
Oh, the system doesn't accept that. I said, this is my ID. It's got my picture.
Hold on. Angela Rose. I had something similar to me happen to me. I went to pull out I think 2 grand.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, oh, she can't accept it. I said to her, this is my ID now. So regardless of what you had before with driver's license, this is what I'm using now.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally took my ID and put it on the system, the maroon
Mm-hmm.
ID.
The deputy manager, him going to tell me that him study law. I said,
Mm.
you study law, but you didn't study the common law,
It's still
Okay.
illegally, man. And that's what I'm studying.
right? And this is what I'm telling you. The UCC -1 -308, the ILO,
Mm-hmm.
the United Nations Declaration for the Right of
So, Angela, first of all, if I'm study
when him
law,
done,
I'm supposed to study the UCC.
when him done, him go tell it, go tell the cashier say, um, it can give it all what you can't give her the full amount that she wants, but it can give her a quarter of it.
All
Yeah.
robber them, all criminal. Criminal. See, we're waking up, people. We're waking up. Hold on.
Yes. Yes.
You are, therefore, obligated to obey every statute, ordinance, and regulation of the government at all levels of federal, local, and state. The UCC connection page 19, if you understand this, you can explain it to the judge when he asks. And he will ask, so be prepared to explain this statement to the court. You will also need to understand UCC 1-103, argument and recourse. If you want to understand this fully, go to a law library and photocopy these 2 sections from the UCC. It is essential to get the Anderson version. Some law libraries will only have the West Publishing version, which is very difficult to understand. In Anderson, it is broken down with decimals into 10 parts, and most importantly, it is written in plain English. Section 23, Recourse. Recourse appears in UCC at 1-103.6, which says, the code is complementary to the common law, which remains in force except where displaced by the code. A statute should be construed in harmony with the common law unless there is a clear legislative intent to abrogate the common law. This is the argument to use in court. The code recognizes the common law. If it did not remember the common law, the government would have to admit that the United States is bankrupt and entirely owned by its creditors. But it is not expedient to admit this. The code was written to override the common law partially. Therefore, if you have made a sufficient, timely, and explicit reservation of your rights according to ICC 1-308, you can insist that the statutes be construed harmoniously with the common law. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 20. If the charge is a traffic ticket, you may demand that the court produce the injured person who has filed a verified complaint. For example, if you were charged with failure to buckle your seatbelt, you may ask the court who was injured due to your failure to buckle up. However, if the judge won't listen to you and just moves ahead with the case, you will want to read to him the last sentence of UCC 1-103.6, which states that the code cannot be read to preclude a common law action. Tell the judge, Your Honor, I can sue you under the common law for violating my rights under the UCC. I have a remedy under the UCC to reserve my rights under the common law. I have exercised my remedy, so you must construe this statute harmoniously with the common law. To be in harmony with the common law, you must bring forth the damaged party. Note, actually, it is better to use a rubber stamp because this demonstrates that you had previously reserved your rights. The simple fact that it takes several days or a week to order and get a stamp shows that you had reserved your rights before signing the document. If the judge insists on proceeding with the case, act confused and ask this question. Let me see if I understand, Your Honor. Has this court made a legal determination that the sections of 1-308 and 1-103 of the UCC, which is the system of law you are operating under, are not valid law before this court? Now, the judge is in a jam. How can the court throw out one part of the code and uphold another? If he answers, yes, then you say, I put.
Wouldn't we love for these judges to actually do their job and answer us, right? But can you imagine if you ask a judge that said, Judge, yeah, hold on, back up, Your Honor. We work on the UCC code, right? And you just throw out 100 of them laws and want to work with the rest of them, Your Honor. That makes sense. You think you get a reputable response, Brother Earl, from the judge? What do you think that judge would say to you, Brother Earl?
In contempt of court.
Brother Earl, immediately the judge would try to ask for a psychiatric evaluation. Why, Brother Earl?
I will have my psychiatric evaluation with me, and I can present it to him there.
Your psychiatric evaluation is your notification, Brother Earl. Because when he's going to, that's why we say the only way the UCC can benefit us is if we move ahead of them predicting. So that's why I said when they get a case on us, it is up. It's the onus is on us to go to the clerk of court and get a printout of all of the complaint, and then now before it reaches judge and the money changers, we are going to have all of the notification under the UCC attached to the case. So when it call up on the court date, everything must be right there on the desk. And then now you can get to ask the judge all those questions because then you'll be outside of his authority. Right, brothers and sisters?
The book I can give you a little bit more insight on what I go on the traffic ticket, them and thing, man. Just go and read.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Hold on there. It's all about who beat. It's all who reach a winning post first, brothers and sisters. If you reach a winning post first before Officer Nibble, you must redo him case.
Basically, one thing we can all do, whether we are smart or stupid, to make them dismiss the case. Them ask if you understand, you don't understand nothing. You don't understand nothing. Just keep repeating that. I don't understand. Once you don't understand, them can't try. They have to throw it out.
They might lock you up a couple days still trying to drain you out. Drain you out saying that we know you understand. You did sign the name right there, so don't.
They gonna still have to dismiss it. They don't have a chance.
Oh God. Yo, may continue, people.
Put this court on notice that I am appealing your legal determination. Of course, the higher court will uphold the code on appeal. The judge knows this, so you have boxed him into a corner. The UCC Connection, page 21, section 24, practical application in traffic court. Let's look at a court situation such as a traffic violation. Assume you ran a traffic ticket through a yellow light, and a policeman gave you a traffic ticket. 1. The first thing you want to do is delay the action by at least 3 weeks. You can do this by being pleasant and cooperative with the officer. Explain to him that you are very busy and ask if he could set your court appearance for about 3 weeks away. 2. The next step is to go to the clerk of the traffic court and say, I believe it would be helpful if I talk to you because I want to save the government some money. I'm going to appeal this case. As you know, in an appeal, I have to have a transcript, but the...
What we say a while ago, after Officer Nibble write up in ticket, you go down to the court. You want a printout of it. Because you have to know, you see, at the time when Officer Nibble write up a ticket, Officer Nibble just write the essential, your name, your address, your telephone number, if you remember that, and what is the crime. And remember, say Officer Nibble, I go for the most crime when him know can stick, Because if a seatbelt, Officer Nibble I go for. Is that a crime?
No.
No.
Yeah. All right. If it's a speed limit, Officer Nibble I go for. Is that a crime?
No.
No.
But if officer can catch you with something that they say is against the law now, that is what Officer Nibble going to use to charge your estate. So, Officer Nibble did put down on the tickets there, not driving with seatbelt, and that is what the clerk of court print out, right? So what goes with that? What after Davis go with that ticket? You're a sovereign. You do not operate under statutes and codes. That's a status and codes, not a crime. So therefore, you don't have no case because there's no
By the
victim.
way, Rasta guys, if
Yeah.
everybody was paying attention, he said talk to the officer nice and tell him say you're busy, so you can delay the thing 3 weeks
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he wanted to go somewhere
Yeah.
before actually going to court.
Yeah. He don't want the officer to put up a tomorrow ticket or a next day, the 2-day ticket, because at the end of the day, you won't get time to find out the story behind the ticket went right.
Yeah, but there's
So
a gem to all of this, you know. I should not jump forward and telling her this, you know. But there's a sweet gem to this, you know.
Yes, sir.
A sweet, sweet gem. We can settle everything out of court.
Okay.
Secretary of State. That's all we need for them. Right to the Secretary of State with the affidavit and let them know what's going on and everything can be settled out of court.
Look, when I wrote tickets, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. When I wrote tickets to people, they gave me a return date to put on the ticket of the summons for them to go to court. It wasn't up to me to extend or change the date. They would have to
with
call
the officer. No, with the officer.
Right. With the officer, right. So what you would say is, officer, I'm kind of busy.
The officer.
I'm busy. I'm kind of busy. So can you have my court date about 3 to 4 weeks from now? And 9 times out of 10, they can oblige that.
Yeah,
Because it's a
listen to
little
me,
further down.
they don't know that you know the loophole. But if they catch on, if you brag and run up your mouth too much, remember say it's courtesy you go and get through the door, you know. So you, as that man said, officer, how is your day going? You know, I know that you're gonna write that ticket, but could you put it like for 3 to 4 weeks down the road? And he's gonna figure more or less, yeah, me have him, I'm gonna pay it. I pay him, I'm gonna pay it, but him no know say at the Secretary of State or the clerks here I got to get the whole print out. Where him gonna get in trouble. Zane. So it's a go ahead.
I'm listening to all of this, yeah. In England here, I don't really get those kind of tickets. But I get them in Jamaica. And I'm just thinking, can I use the same process in Jamaica?
Of course, an agent is an agent.
You know?
Yes. Yes, you can apply this in all jurisdiction because the courts is operating under fraud. That's what
UCC code runs everything all over the world, Miss Angela. So you can use it everywhere.
Yeah.
So, let me get back into the source of the matter.
Thank you.
You finished?
Yep.
All right. Dr. Judith, all is well?
Yes, all is well. I was just thinking when you talk about the tickets, I remember what was last year or the year before. I was given a ticket, but the police officer was really nice about it. She said, "How soon do you think you'll be available for court?"
Oh, that is so nice of you. Because when she does that, Dr. Judith going down the courthouse tomorrow morning to find out what she's sending about you, so your after Davis can rebut everything that they are saying about you and take you out of their jurisdiction.
Exactly.
Yes. So, and I think most of these police, most of them know what they're doing, and it's actually fraudulent, but it's the ends to a mean where they pay their bills, you know. So I would
say the older ones do, but a lot of the younger ones them have no idea.
Them have an idea said them actually a fraud your estate.
I don't think the young ones do. I don't think that the young ones do. The older ones, yes.
The young ones, especially out of yard, the quick time them come out of school, they forget what they learned from the first week. Especially the experience I had the other day. When I was telling them certain things on the spot, they were like, one gone on the phone, the other 4 walk, we left him one stand up there. So they don't remember not what they learned from day one. They just think to their uniform. And I stopped.
Then
yeah, Go make me get scared.
No. When they realize that they run up in there, like when the police them realize that you're not intimidated by how they run up on your car more than and smell all the marijuana and then one asks about it and they know some is a priest, Holy Sacrament. Yeah, we have to keep off evil spirit. You have to go in, you have to go in at the end of the king and they will call you mad people, but at the end of the day, this is our culture and this is what we do. So work with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get back to it. Hold on, people.
The traffic court doesn't have a court reporter. It would be a waste of taxpayers' money to run me through this court and then give me a trial de novo in a court of record. I need a transcript for appeal, and to save the government some money, you could schedule me to appear in a court of record. You can show the date on the ticket, and the clerk will usually agree that there is plenty of time to schedule your trial for a court of record. Now, your first appearance is in a court of record rather than in traffic court, where there is no record. When you get into the court, there will be a court reporter who records every word the judge speaks. So that judge is much more careful in a court of record. You will be in a much better situation there than in traffic court. If there is no record, the judge can
Volume gone.
No sound.
They mentioned 2 courts a while ago. What are those 2 courts?
Court of records and traffic court.
Okay. What's the difference between the 2 courts?
The court of records, they recorder, so the judge have to be careful what them say.
What you say? Hold on. So all of this bully power where judge have in the traffic court, in it in a court of record.
No.
Everything is at the record, and after the court finish, you can demand a copy of the record done.
Yeah.
And that can put a lawsuit for the judge done.
Yeah, man, the transcript them, because them always talk out of the side of them face sometimes.
You have to be careful when you talk. That's all.
Especially the judge them. Me go to court already with one of my friend, me see judge talk sideways out of the mouth. They on the transcript and not even realize because him drunk. Him a drink all day and I try cases. So you have judges like that. You understand me? And them don't realize and them just start say whatever and get themselves caught up. They may end up getting kicked off at the bench. The same prosecution job because they do all of that.
So, but the thing about the court of record is similar to the common law court because therefore everything is on the record, both for the system, the agents, and you. And then fourth, when you go into them fictional court now, like the traffic court is a fictional court. So therefore, the fiction, when faced with reality, it can't stand up. It don't have no jurisdiction. It is not legal, not lawful, sorry. So we have to remember that. And this is why when they're writing the citation or the tickets and you play to the intelligence as to having them giving you an extended of time and then you're gonna go to the court of record courts first before traffic ticket and then you will have traffic ticket to deal with after you hold them accountable because this is the record of the agents against the record of your affidavit, your notification, your things towards your estate that you will be presenting into the court of records. Walking the process, brothers and sisters.
So funny that in Jamaica they don't sign the ticket, they just print it out like a receipt. So the officer's name is printed on it. And my driver's license details on it. But I was looking at a ticket today in England, the traffic warden signature on it. So I'm saying to myself, can you just see anything on these traffic wardens? For them signature, they're funny, so for them prepared.
Yep. All right, let's get back to it, brothers and sisters.
can say whatever he wants. He can call you all sorts of names and tell you that you have no rights, and so on, and deny it later. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 22.3. When you get into court, the judge will read the charges, driving through a yellow light, or whatever, and this violates ordinance XYZ. He will then ask, do you understand the charge against you? 4. Well, Your Honor, there is a question I would like to ask before I can make a plea of innocent or guilty. I think it could be answered if I put the officer on the stand for a moment and ask him a few short questions. Judge, I don't see why not. Let's swear in the officer and have him take the stand. 5. Is this the instrument that you gave me? Officer, yes. This is a copy. The judge has the other part. Where did you get my address that you wrote on the citation? Officer, well, I got it from your driver's license. Number 4 above is significant to get into the record, clearly stating that you do not understand the charges. With that in the record, the court cannot move forward to judge the facts. This will be covered later on. Is this the document you copied my name and address from? Officer, yes, this is where I got it. While you've got that in your hand, would you read the signature that's on that license? While you're there, would you read into the record what it says under the signature? Officer, it says, without prejudice UCC 1-308. The UCC connection page 23. Judge, let me see that license. You didn't notice this printing under the signature on this license when you copied his name and address onto the ticket? Officer, oh no. I was just getting the address. I didn't look down there. Judge, you're not very observant as an officer. Therefore, I'm afraid I cannot accept your testimony regarding the facts of this case. This case is dismissed. 6. In this case, the judge found a convenient way out. He could say that the officer was not observant enough to be a reliable witness. He did not want to admit the fundamental nature of the jurisdiction of his court. Once it was in the record that you had written, without prejudice UCC 1-308, on your license, the judge knew that he would have to admit, A, that you had reserved your common law rights under the UCC, B, that you had done it sufficiently by writing, without prejudice UCC 1-308, on your driver's license, C, that the statute would now have to be read in harmony with the common law, and the common law says that the statute exists, but there is no injured party. D, that since there is no injured party or complaining witness, the court has no jurisdiction under the common law. 7. If the judge tries to move ahead anyway and try the facts of the case, you will want to ask him the following question. Your Honor, let me understand this correctly. Has this court made a legal determination that it has authority under the jurisdiction that it is operating under to ignore 2 sections of the Uniform Commercial Code which have been called to its attention? If he says yes, tell him that you put the court on notice that you will appeal his legal determination and that if his actions damage you, you will sue him in a common law action under the jurisdiction of the UCC. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 24. This will work just as well with the Internal Revenue Service. We can use the UCC with the IRS before getting to court. Section 25. Using the code with the IRS. If the IRS sends you a notice of deficiency, this is called a presentment in the UCC. A presentment in the UCC is similar to the common law. First, we must understand just how this works in the common law. Suppose I get a man's name from a phone book, someone I have never met. I send him a bill or invoice on a nice letterhead, which says, for services rendered $10,000, I send this to him by certified mail, return receipt requested at the address taken from the phone book. The man has to sign for it before he can open it, so I get a green card receipt that he received. When he opens it, he finds an invoice for $10,000 in the following statement. If you have any questions concerning this bill or the services rendered, you have 30 days to make your questions or objections known. Of course, he has never heard of me, so he just throws the bill away and assumes that I'm confused or crazy. At the end of 30 days, I went to court and got a default judgment against him. He received a bill for $10,000 and was given 30 days to respond. He failed to object to it or ask any questions about it. Now, he has defaulted on the bill, and I can lawfully collect the $10,000.
Anybody hear about that fraud a while ago? Anybody saw that fraud? Where I register a mail sent to you with an invoice and you pull it and throw it away. And then I take this receipt to the court and then the court make you have to pay me. And you don't know me from nowhere. Anybody believe that?
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Big fraud.
that
Big
happens
fraud.
every day. That happens all
Hold
the
on.
time.
Run that again.
I say that happens to us all the time.
Yes, you get a bill through the mail and you don't take it for nothing, but it go for your credit score.
Yes.
This happens with third party, like when you buy a car and then you say you're not pay for your car, and then you see a tow truck come pick up your car. That tow truck is actually a part of the fraud, because that tow truck is a third party, paid. But listen to me, your car worth $10,000 and somebody pay $500 to come pick you up. $500 to come pick up your $10,000 car. And it's not for them car, the car don't pay for already. But they can make this. I wonder if you listen what this is what the UCC is explaining to you, that the corporation is a notification thing. And once you notify a part of the corporation about like part of your estate to get active, they will move on it. Now, if the man at Simple take that letter with the invoice and write return to sender with some of the codes all over it, so that would have gone nowhere. That's why them say ignorance to the law is no excuse. If you don't practice it, they will come at you.
This is common law. The UCC works on the same principle. The minute you get a notice of deficiency from the IRS, return it immediately with a letter that says, the presentment above is dishonored. Has reserved all of his rights under the Uniform Commercial Code at UCC 1-308. The UCC connection page 25. This should be all that is necessary, as there is nothing more that they can do. I recently helped someone in Maine who received a notice of deficiency. The man sent a letter like this, dishonoring the presentment. The IRS wrote back saying that they could not determine that office, but were turning it over to the collections department. A letter was attached from the collections department, which said that they were sorry for the inconvenience they had caused him, and that the nod had been withdrawn. If it's handled properly, these things are quickly resolved. Section 26, Impending Bankruptcy. On my way here, I had a chance to visit with the governor of. He is very concerned that if he runs for office this November, there won't be a state at the end of 4 years. He believes that the international bankers might foreclose on the nation and officially admit owning the whole world. They could round up everybody in the state capitol building, put them in an internment camp, and hold them indefinitely. They may give them a trial, or they may not. They may do whatever they want. As I explained earlier, it has not been expedient to foreclose on the nation until they could get everything ready. This is where the Federal Emergency Management Agency comes in. It has been put in place without anyone noticing it. Section 27, FEMA. FEMA, or the Federal Emergency Management Agency, has been designed for when America is officially declared bankrupt, which would be a national emergency. In a national emergency, all constitutional rights and laws that previously existed would be suspended. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 26. FEMA has created large concentration camps where they would put anyone who might cause trouble for the orderly plan and process of the new regime to take over the nation. Even a governor could be thrown into one of these internment camps and kept there indefinitely. This is all in place now, and they are just waiting to declare a national emergency. Then, even the state governments could be dissolved. Anybody who might oppose the new regime could be imprisoned until a new set of laws could be written and a new government set up. The governor knows all this, and he is very concerned. He doesn't want to be in office when all this happens. I visited with him, and I told him that there are specific actions we should take right now. We should consider that, according to the UCC, each state is an accommodation party to the national debt. To understand this, we must realize that there are two separate entities known as the United States. Section 28, the Rothschild Influence. When America was founded, the Rothschilds were very unhappy because it was founded on the Christian common law. The common law is based on substance, which is mentioned in the Constitution as silver and gold. America is a constitutional republic, a union of the states under the Constitution. When Congress worked for the republic, the only thing Congress could borrow or issue was silver or gold, and the The Rothschild banks did not lend silver or gold. Naturally, they did not like this new government. The UCC connection, page 27. The Rothschilds had a deal with the King of England. The king would borrow paper and agree to repay in gold. But the United States, with its constitution, was an obstacle to the Rothschilds, and it was much to their advantage to get the colonies back under the king. So the Rothschilds financed the War of 1812 to bring America back under the British crown.
Wow, if we follow these rabbit hole, we go so deep. People call them the Rothschild, but they're actually the Rothschild. And there's more to that story. But as you heard a while ago, this paper currency came in because England couldn't pay them debt. And they said that the Americans could print their money in paper. But as you know, paper has no value. It was just a promissory note. The UCC, we're studying, brothers and sisters, and you know, I think it's yielding some very good gems, not only for the courthouse, but also as in value. What do we do with these valuable information that we're gathering? Any question? Know that we are inside this matrix here. You know, I have a thing I want to play. 2 clips before I go. We want to keep it real as far as we doing this thing here. Let me try to get this inside and see how best I can present it. This is something from Muhammad Ali, which I watched and I thought it was very, very inspirational. The man called Muhammad Ali a Negro, and Muhammad said, don't call him no Negro, because you have the India for Indian, you have Pakistan for Pakistanis, you have China for the Chinaman, but there's nowhere on planet Earth called Negro land.
Negro boy in the South.
You say black now.
All right, black. All right. All right. Is it not the same thing?
What? No, Negro. We are taught that all people are named after country. Chinese are named after China. Cubans are named after Cuba. Irish people are named after Ireland. Indonesians named after Indonesia. Japanese are named after Japan. Australians are named after Australia. But there's no country named Negro. History of ourselves, the history of our true religion, our nationality, our names. See, we don't have our names, you know. I notice how proud you all are, proud of your names. See, Chinese have names like Chang Chong, Lu Qian. This is Islamic teachings. Russians have names like Kosygin or Khrushchev. You have names like O'Connor or Grady or Kennedy. And Africans had names like Lumumba, Nkrumah. And Jews got names like Weinstein and Goldberg. And Italians got names like Dundee and Benvenuti and Marciano. But we have names like Grady and Clay and Hawkins and Smith and Jones and Johnson, but we are black.
These are the slave names.
Yeah, when I heard this, I knew it was the truth. It's history. Well, when I heard this, I just had to walk out of the church and Christianity because they never taught us our true knowledge. Then they told me how we were brainwashed in America. We see Jesus, he's white with blonde hair and blue eyes. We see the Lord's Supper, all white people. We see the angels in heaven, all white people. Woman, Miss World, a white woman. Even Tarzan, the king of the jungles in Africa, he was white. He said, We see a white man swinging around Africa, with a diaper on. He beats up all Africans and break the lion's jaw. And then the Africans been in Africa for centuries, but he can't yet talk to the animals. But Tarzan, all of a sudden, some goat raised him up and he can talk to the animals. So I'm just showing you how the black man in America has been whitewashed his mind. And then we look at the good cowboys. They rode the white horses, and the president lived in a White House. They got TV commercials, White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Cloud tissue paper, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado flow wax, White Plus toothpaste. The president lived in a White House, and the angel food cake was the white cake, but the devil food cake was the chocolate cake. Everything good was white. And when I heard this, I said, boy, this is the truth. So our religion teaches us the knowledge of ourselves, the knowledge of our culture, the knowledge of our history, makes us want to be with our own, marry our own, live with our own, clean up ourselves, do for self, quit forcing ourselves in white neighborhoods, but clean our own neighborhoods, makes us proud, makes us identify with our own brothers throughout the world. And like, I'm not only a winner in boxing or my stand on the draft, I'm a winner also in the movement that I follow for my people.
Do you believe that every white man is a devil? I mean, Angelo Dundee, Harold Conrad?
Angelo Dundee's Italian. He's got a lot of black blood in him. Harold Conrad's Jew. You must remember, you have not lynched me. It wasn't the Germans that did this to us. It wasn't the white Canadians who's right on our border. He put emphasis on the American devils. Let's say we got one white fellow in America who has proved that he means right. Let's say we got another one. White people have died in demonstrations for black people. Now, here's the position I'm in. Here's 10,000 whites coming to kill me. And in those 10,000, or let's say here's 10,000 rattlesnakes coming to bite me. And in those 10,000, there was 1,000 that didn't mean no harm. And I knew there was a good 1,000 snakes out there, but they all look alike. Now, what should I do? Should I keep the door open and let the 10,000 in, hoping that the 1,000 will unite and save me and one bite or kill me? Or should I just be safe and shut the door? So we have white people say, I mean right. I have a black husband. Oh, my children are black. I love everybody. I really believe you. But I'm sorry, man, there's 10 more thousand behind you that don't feel that way. I'm just sorry, but what am I going to do?
A Negro.
Just the truth that.
Sometimes when I watch these things and see how far the struggle is coming from with the ignorancy, it make me stronger, but it also remind me that this is not a coincidence. This is not a by chance that we're going through this. This is a systematical breaking what they're doing to us. And they're trying in all different manners, sarcastically. Sometimes when you see, they laugh with us, and we see these people laugh with us, and we say, say them don't know what them are do. But they sarcastically know, so them are contribute to the oppression of our people because they support some certain segregation. They support it. There is an intelligent man sitting down, and he's gonna call you a Negro. And him knowing himself say, where does that stand, Negro? Is there a land called Black Island? Is there a place? Africa is called land of the black-faced people, Cushonites, but at the same time, them try them best to change it in every sense. Yes, you have African who are Caucasian and these things, but we're talking about owning our own. And talking about owning our own, I hope the ancestors install my brother Julius from South Africa as the president tomorrow.
Malema.
Yeah, I am asking the ancestors please to install him, because we need to take all of our destiny. If that continent become a superpower to defend our legacy, just like how China, any which part the Chinaman go, the Chinaman just have to put up tent, and if you ill treat him, a Chinaman will come over there, come find out how you treat him so bad. The Indian man, if you deal the Indian them too tough, India come say, yo, you deal with, so where we now have them, how come we now have them thing there in place for our people? And at that we are trying to install to our people to get back something, because you notice they always try to break us. Their main intention is to break us. Because when they break us, then them can say, see it there, we rule them. And we are not going to take this down. Take this sitting down. We know that now, man. Our mothers and sisters, them a cry out, them need to come out from under this jubilation here. Zane, yeah, I have one more piece to play. Any question? Crystal, watch it sign us, Crystal. You know the sign us a take away and bad mama. Mash me up. I wonder how the sign us are going, but hey, we take all challenges and we take them with a grain of salt and we apply our ancestral teachings to it. Remember, we're not afraid of death, people, because death is just a transition. But we are mindful that people are trying to make we exit before time. Forces out there, I try break we, and them we in our different playground, where we cannot trust the rules, because every time we trust the rules, them move the goalposts. This one is talking about the difference between cussing and cursing. Cussing and cursing. Some people not believe a spell don't come out of words, don't make nobody greet a certain way. I tell you, say reach a stage where you have to learn to practice on the heart. I love this handshake thing. It's very venomous. Anyway, let's go.
Of cussing, cursing, and swearing, because a lot of people get this shit mixed up. And as someone who loves studying etymology and origin of words, I'm here to break it down for you. Profanity, or the use of profane language, is just foul language. So words like shit, ass, damn, fuck, that's profanity. Also known as cussing. Cursing is when you wish evil or harm to someone. So when you're saying things like go to hell, or even bless you. A lot of people do not know that bless you is a curse word. The reason why is because bless means to smother or to sprinkle with blood. That is the original meaning of bless. Another word that's considered a curse word to me is mourning. So yeah, for all of y'all trying to make fun of the Grand Rising people, they got it right. Or even wake up. Mourning is the grieving process as it relates to death. Wake is something that you attend in death. If you want to take it a step further, pretty much everything that we say is a curse word. Think about it like this: days of the week. Days. You're in a days of the week. Think about what week also means. And I'm talking about W-E-A-K. So when they say someone was swearing, think about what you do in court. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, which means you're taking an oath. So you might be talking to somebody, you might have like a deadline to meet, and you're like, I swear I'm gonna get it done by this time frame. You're taking an oath that you're gonna get said task done. That's how words work. Words are a part of semantic code. They're a part of vibration. This is where you get the practice of gematria from, aka numerology, where you assign numbers to letters. Learning gematria and numerology opens up a whole new world, because once you learn this, you can decode anything that you want. Very powerful. Yeah, that's why I got banned the first time. If you're new to gematria and interested, make sure you check out BY is Real here on TikTok. I think his name is also DMV's third or something like that. But he is the truth when it comes to gematria, so check him out. One of the most important lessons that I learned about words is that they help formulate and create our reality. So just think about it like this: the formation of the word words, when you have that S at the end, if you take that S and put it on the front of the word, it turns into sword. That's why you hear the saying, words can cut like a knife. Everything starts with a thought, then a thought becomes a word, and then a word becomes an action. Be real mindful of the words that you're choosing to use on a daily basis. If you enjoy the etymology and origin of words or anything deep thought, please make sure you give me a like, comment, and follow.
Yep. I had to just throw that in, because some of us are using words and don't even know the power. But most of us know the power of it, right? We know the power of the words. So we use it. Yeah, man. I remember when I just started using, I know Marcus Garvey, when I first read his autobiography, it's Uppy Mighty People, Rise, ye mighty people. I never liked the concept morning. Good morning. And I was like, what the hell that come from? Good morning. No. But the rest of man always just say heal. You know what I mean? And we always give it, yes, I. And we always give it art of love. Yes, you know, the Rasta man, you see the Rasta man, him crouch down and him say heart of love, you know. But then Grand Rising, yeah, because we're taking our people out of words, you know, taking them out of teaching them new words to get powerful. Because as we say, anything you create, you own it. So someone, they may not, in time we say for shizzle, I must say what that mean. For sizzle, for sure. We create it. So if me then you know one story with me Asian people and me no want to hear them, they know me a chat about. And I say, yo, Ras G, you know go to the party later for shizzle. And they must say, wait, what am I talking about? Yes, create languages. Because language, words take us out of jurisdiction. The only thing them can say is, you know, the boy I'm mad, but who is you to say that I'm mad when I'm creating my own universe? Need to think about that. Any question, brothers and sisters? Any interactiveness? No? All right, well, let us try to keep the momentum going. Tomorrow, I think we have documents. I have some things on anything you want to learn more on your documents. You know how to fill out your documents. A lot of us know how to sign our name with the colon at the front. Yes, know to sign your name. And I can't stop emphasize on the notification. That is some of our thing. Anybody else do? Anybody here from the US side? Doctor, you have your DOT? I got up this morning and I saw one of my sovereign with his DOT big panicide and vehicle. I walk up to him and say, are you sovereign? Him say, my wife deals with all of this. You know, I mean, we are nationals. And him have him lawn. Huh? Go ahead.
No, I was just laughing. But I haven't gotten my documents yet, you know. So I'm a brand new baby. Remember, I'm a brand new baby.
Hey, listen, you know, you're going to get some of the inheritance that we didn't get. We have to work hard. So when your documents come, I don't think Crystal going to have any problem just walking you through your DOT.
Okay.
Yep. Crystal, you're in good hands. Crystal will take care of you in that department, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Can I make a comment?
Of course.
Today you posted something about the truth. I have to get used to the terminologies. Yeah. Statement of truth, I think.
Affidavit of truth.
Affidavit of truth. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I followed it to the online version.
Yes.
And it's something that is connected to a website that has a whole lot of government, a lot of private information.
Yes.
A lot of PDFs, and I pulled up a few PDFs. Two of them was one of them was the EIN number for all the states.
Mm-hmm.
A list of all the EIN numbers for all the states, and the other one is the certificate of incorporation of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I saved it to my computer.
Please, you see, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they have a lot of documents, you know, and even some stuff to show you how Florida purchased, who had the mortgage in Florida and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Remember that there's more than one notification, brothers and sisters, and there are several offices that has to be notified because All the corporations set up their contracts are all over the place. You have contracts with the DMV, the DOT, the parish council, the courthouse, everywhere them can stash your estate to tax it and take money off of it. They have done that. So the principal matters within government is who we try to notify. As to the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, he has all of our estate tied up because this is how America can go over to China with the bonds them and take out all kind of loan. So it's not just one notification, bear in mind, we have a few more, but the age of maturity is the first one that shows that, remember, is from 18, it's from 7, 18, and 25. We are, most of us here have passed those guidelines. So this notification as to us being mature enough to handle our estate must be the first one, age of maturity, which we present to the state, the governor, and the Secretary of State that, hey, you wanna big enough to take care of my thing, and I want you to allow me to take care of my estate without interference, because as it state there, you have no contract whatsoever. You know, the age of maturity, you have no contract whatsoever with none of them. This contract was not made with your approval. So you're asking them to cease and desist from their fraudulent activities. Secondly, the copywriting of your name. That means that even if my mother who give it to me ever go take it up and use it, we can drag her in front of the court and say, hold on, the man. Yeah, use up my property. Because bear in mind, your name is your property. When a policeman say license and registration will ask you a declaration of your property, and that is your name. And that's why it's important to copyright your name, trademark your name. I mean, say anybody call up your name to her, they just send them a notification, say, cease and desist, you know. Else me I go just send you an invoice, and you go dash your invoice, and then you end up in a court. $10 million, I don't know what it's for. So just to point out some of the things and what we have to step on. All right, I want the item know say we must worship the ancestors them in spirit and in truth. Anytime you feel like your spirit I get tested, and we all are tested, go in yourself and go find out how powerful you can be. Make a little, you know, sometimes a little quiet time is very good, you know. Meditation is all right. I mean, not stop telling you to make sure on the libation, make sure on do a little sacrifice where it's a bucket of water for the day. I hit me a pour out, I'm just a pour it out and know say, hey, my libation this. Say in your mind things to empower you so you will be powerful. And don't just look through your not naked eyes. Look through your spiritual eyes too. It's very important. All right. Is there any question? If not, you know, we say already, you know, we shall have the, you know.
One question.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
The age of maturity, does that have to be notarized?
Yes, it has to.
Okay, that's it.
This is an official document. Remember, also, you can send that through the post office and have that in a sealed document. Don't pull it. But make sure that's certified, because when the courts call upon you, you're going to deliver it to the courts. This is something that has been on record for how long? The post office, the post general, is the post office over all of them. So you must do your age of maturity and post it to yourself with a stamp, preferably, your notification and sign and thumbprint on it, and keep it in a safe place so when the day of reckoning comes, you can pull it out and say, hold on there. For the record, let it show that in 2002, I had declared that I am the beneficiary of the estate of Earl Jackson. Yes, that property is mine. Earl Jackson is my property. See it there? And if you don't believe in the maturity, here is the copyright trade letter. So you want to rebut that? And if that's not enough, here is my identification that I use on a daily basis to govern my estate. You want more proof? I have a trust, a LLC, a DOT. Yeah, let them call you Mad Earl, but then you start stock them up, show them that you've been a very astute businessman looking about your estate. You weren't an imbecile. Not around here. Any more question?
Yes, can I make a comment again or question?
Oh, come on. Yes.
Okay, so for clarity, when we do the affidavits, all of the affidavits that we send out to all these people, so we have to find the name of the right person to mail it, to address it to within
I have an
those
office. I have a name in the classroom. If it has expired, I will resend it to you again, doctor. And once you have the name, it's very much on the World Wide Web, their email address and their office address. But for us to make it tangible, certified mail is what we send to them. So somebody have to sign before them take it. And once them sign, it has been delivered.
Okay. And you have to take it to the General Post Office. I noticed that when I went on Google to look for the General Post Office, the one that is closest to me is about 20-something miles away.
Well.
So you have to go.
So will it be a federal post office decide you then?
Yes.
No, what happened is the federal post office is actually taking up residency in the general post office. But as I said before, the federal and the UPS and the DHL, they're doing business, but they're actually fraudulent fronting the general post office. So even though they say a general post office is not there, it is a post office. If it's not a post office, that means that they're not doing posting, they're doing mailing. You must know the difference between, one a general post office and one general mail office, where they have they do your business by mail. The mailing system, mailing people them are straight commercial. The postal people them are straight natural common law them a work under.
Right, I checked that. They're all USPS. All of them are USPS.
Okay.
And
you can become a postmaster general too, but I think I've shown that already. I think I need to show it again. The requirement is not difficult, but you have to file for certain things when you go to the post office.
I was watching that today again, but I didn't finish
it. Yeah, man. Let us marinate over all of those things. Any more questions? Any more questions? Yeah. We will meet back here tomorrow again.
Yeah,
go ahead. Yes, I am.
How's Michael doing? Try call him today. I'll get the answer.
Yeah.
How is he doing?
Yeah, he's still kidnapped by the corporation, and we're trying to reach out to how they set up this thing is their principal who make decisions are sometimes out of reach. But we are sending in the letters, we're calling in, but we're trying to get to establishing Ambassador's Michael position outside of their jurisdiction. And sometimes that takes a time because they're embarrassed that they hold the wrong man, because he has documented everything and they know who he is, but they themselves are trying to play it up as if he's just a regular. But we have to keep the momentum and let them know that he's an ambassador in our government. So that's the diplomatic channel we're using at this time. But we have voice note. He sent a voice note out today again. So we are on top of it. We want to make sure some funds reach him and, you know, if it is for the 90 days, it's going to be the best 90 days because we are here to really reinforce that he come out on top. But we are working on it. Any more questions? If not,
what did that traffic stop? How did he get?
Yes, they said, well, you know, the corporation stay, you know, Ambassador Michael is defying their statutes and codes, and I believe that's, you know, they have given him a warning already, and they're saying that he's not adhering to the warning, so they may be trying to spite him, you know. So we have to stand up strong, and we're not going to be quiet about it, because I have some things working on the pipeline to make this be bigger for him when he come out, because, you know, he's already in there already, but we want to get him out, so we have to make it a bigger issue. So even when he go in there, it showed that he went in there and triumph at the same time. I think Ambassador Michael is going to come out very, very powerful out of this, you know. I think he's going to come out very powerful because he's going to break a certain seal that need to be broken, you know. So let us watch the process, and we'll keep you updated with all the development, brothers and sisters. At this time, you can open your mic, because we say we shall have, meaning that we are victorious. Until tomorrow, we shall have.
We shall have. We shall have. We shall have.
The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race. In this transition, when we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the track to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. From the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea, our ancestors, are you and me. We are the great ones from the beginning of time.